Hello everyone and welcome to another Warcraft 3 replay commentary. Today we're gonna watch a game which was played in May of 2006 as part of the MIL group stage, the MBC International League, which ironically only featured Korean players, and back in 2006 was broadcasted weekly in Korean television. And it's gonna be a Night Elf mirror here on Turtle Rock. Since we see so few Night Elf mirrors in today's Warcraft 3 scene, I'm gonna cast this to compensate for that. And in the top right spawn position in blue is maybe the most famous Warcraft 3 player in the entire game's history, Moon, who starts with Moonwell and the Ancient of War and no early altars, so we're probably gonna see a Tavern hero from him. And his opponent, also from South Korea, also a Night Elf player, is Mamoru, who starts with altar first and the usual timed Ancient of War in front of the green creep camp right in front of his base. Mamoru, who was not amongst the very best Warcraft 3 players, but still often participated but not won international tournaments. He became well known as part of Team LOF, by the way, starting with a Priestess of the Moon first, and went on to play in the WC3L for Play IT, for LANFan and Praetoriani before he quit Warcraft 3 in the spring of 2007. So Priestess of the Moon first for him. The Ancient of War is going to produce the first archer here, completely normal for him. We do not see a Hunter's Hall, at least thus far. Second move coming, and Moon heading towards the Tavern, I'm assuming, with one of the Wisps, and the other one is going to go for some scouting, is going to find his opponent, but so is Mamoru. Altar is about to finish. Archer is out. We're going to see the Ancient of War creep starting here in just a second. Moon now finding his opponent. Is he gonna pull his Wisp back? I'm guessing he will as soon as he sees the hero, which apparently is the case right now. And it is Aura first for Mamoru. Moon picks up the Dark Ranger first. That's definitely an interesting choice, definitely something you would never see in today's Warcraft 3. And Slippers of Agility first for the Priestess, so best possible items she could have found there. Dark Ranger also starts creeping the same camp, but he's not using the Ancient of War. He wants to produce as many archers as he can early on, producing the fourth one already. Two tiny turtles already down, no tech yet for Moon. Mamoru already started his deck with only 2 Moonwells, but it's cross position, and I'm assuming, or he probably assumed that as well, that he wasn't gonna be pressured too early on. Moon still not ticking, he's not getting anything else. Yeah, okay, seems like he doesn't have the resources to tech yet. Continues to creep. He's gonna get the level 2 here from the orange camp. Mamoru doing a bit of scouting. Third Moonwell now finished. There's the tier 2 tech for Moon. And Wand of Illusion found for him. Yeah, third Moonwell coming just now for Mamoru, and Moon just want to have that one a little bit quicker. As you've just heard, night started, and Moonwells only regenerate during the night, so having that third Moonwell ready as soon as the night starts just gives you a little bit of an edge in terms of Moon juice, because you can start regenerating that earlier than Mamoru, who's producing his fourth Moonwell now as well. Wisp detonates here. I think 2 skeletons went down. Wand of Illusion nicely used by Moon here to tank some of the damage from the creeps, but actually the creeps are attacking the real Dark Ranger now. He's repositioning. Nice last hit here by the Priestess of the Moon, securing the level 2 for Mamoru. Neither of the players does have Dust of Appearance yet. And the Ogre Magi is still at about half his maximum hit points, and Moon is staying close. It looks like he doesn't want to tank all the damage from those creeps and then let his opponent get the last hit. Very strange that neither of them decides to just quickly go to the shop with their hero and get the Dust of Appearance. A little bit of a stalemate situation. Archers now heading in. Moon should be aware that his opponent is still there, now pulling back again. And Mamoru revealing himself, so now Moon definitely knows. In the meantime, tier 2 about to finish for Mamoru. Moon a little bit behind. Actually, neither of the players does have a Hunter's Hall thus far. And Moon is too late here. The Ogre Magi, the Ward, and the Claws +9 go to the Priestess of the Moon. And that's going to be a huge load of damage output for that one. Already +15. And of course, the Searing Arrow, which adds another 10 bonus damage, is going to be huge against all of those archers. So yeah, tier 2 finished, one Ancient of Wind coming. So it's going to be Archer's Talents here by Mamoru, and he's also getting a Dark Ranger. Interesting choice here by both of the players. Moon about to finish his tier 2. He's got a shop already. Mamoru does not. And he's getting the Naga second. Of course, also very good choice against Archers and Talents, just to give him a little bit more of an edge in terms of sniping out those units. Again, Moon using one of the illusions to tank some of the damage of those turtles. The Scout just barely misses Moon creeping this, so very greedy by Moon, creeping right in front of his opponent's main base. But apparently he's gonna be rewarded for doing so, because Mamoru is gonna go for the shop, and he's not gonna be punishing this. Moon finding the Greater Mana Potion level 3 on the Dark Ranger, and now he's even gonna come in for the creep check apparently. Does have the dust right now and he's using it, so that's gonna secure him the kill on one of the archers. But of course Mamoru is not going to be willing to give this shop to Moon for free, especially since Moon has already had a bit of an advantage in terms of creeping early on. So you can see slight XP advantage for him. Let's just quickly check his main base. Ancient of Wind also coming for him. Archers of both the players already have the range upgrade. So yeah, both of the players are gonna rely on Archers and Talents here, as the game will go on and Moon is the one pulling the creeps again. Of course, with this Dark Ranger, you just really want to get the snowball effect going after, you know, killing a couple of Archers and Talents, to have those skeletons available. Especially once they are level 2, they become more powerful, as they're not going to be instant killed by a Wisp Detonate anymore. Quick poke here by Mamoru, but he's not getting the kill on that Archer, which is now low HP, but still alive, level 2 for the Naga. And yeah, first Talon has joined the army already, so he can use Fairy Fire on whatever unit he wants to snipe out. One of the archers is going down. Fairy Fire now used on the Naga Sea Witch, but she's got the boots of speed, so if Moon micros properly here, he should not run in any real danger now. Pulling back, one of the Talents has been sniped out. Of course, thanks to the unarmored armor of the Talents, they are going down to focus fire of the archers very quickly, and the second Talent has gone down already as well. But so has an archer of Moon. And Mamoru is gonna get the second Watch Award here, as well as the Periapt of Vitality. Oh, Naga now needs to be careful, but still 60 HP. Quite greedy, going for the Tome of Strength there. But he successfully pulls it off, and Moon is going for a very greedy, very quick expansion. First Talon out for him as well. Neither of the players is going tier 3 here. I mean, even in today's Warcraft, if there is Archer Talon Mirror, the Dark Ranger is often used as a third hero, just for the same reason, to get that snowball effect going with the skeletons, as well as for the silence. But usually today there's no way around Demon Hunter and Naga as first and second hero in those kind of games. Or sometimes the Tinker is also used as third hero, but that's often if the opponent's got some kind of a melee unit based mix with the Pocket Factory to do some blocking. Well, expansion scouted, expansion cancelled, Wisp detonated, 2 skeletons down. But again, Moon, while having to cancel his expansion and losing few resources, not really too big of a deal, he's got another one of those big creep camps, and he's basically just expanding his XP advantage. His second hero is an entire level ahead of Mamoru's second hero. He's even losing an archer here to those creeps. Big invo potion though for him, and a protection scroll, so that's definitely gonna come in handy. Now going for the first red camp, and Another expansion attempt, but immediately scouted by Mamoru. See what Moon is gonna get here from those creeps. Tome of Experience, that's of course not gonna hurt him. And Lineheart of Stormwind, okay, that's not gonna be too big of a deal. I mean, losing that archer there is of course not great, but you know, one single unit in this mix is just so expandable compared to, you know, so many other strategies and matchups. Both of the players are around 50 supply. Mamoru breaking into low upkeep immediately, because I'm assuming he's gonna wanna win a fight soon in order to break this expansion, or you know, force a cancel. I mean, Moon had to invest into that one, and therefore he's gonna have a bit fewer units, but he still has the level advantage. So a couple of talents out for both of players. Protection score now used. Some detonates have occurred, and Moon's gonna have to pull back. Of course, both of players do ideally want to have a nice concave against the opponent's clumped up army. That's like the dream position. So first talent is going to fall. Probably Moon's Naga is gonna have to reposition. Moon also losing his first couple of talents, level 3 for Mamoru's Dark Ranger. Both of the players losing first couple of units. Now the Fog Lightning going to those archers, level 4 for the Priest of the Moon. And so far it's still looking fairly even. That Naga has to pay attention though, and Moon is putting her back too late, which is going to secure Mamoru to kill, and that's maybe just what he needs. But he's losing more and more units even though he's killed the Naga here. And as I mentioned earlier, the snowball effect slowly starts going into Moon's favor, as it seems. In proportion already used by the Priestess of the Moon. Mamoru is losing all of those archers down here, and there's so many skeletons for Moon. I mean, a couple for Mamoru as well, but Moon is definitely going to be able to hold this. He still has 6 archers now, 5 archers alive. Level 5.5 Dark Ranger already. Silence used now by Mamoru, but the Priestess of the Moon is going to have to be careful. Almost everything is dead for Mamoru, only like 2 archers remaining, and he's even using the town portal here. And wow, one of the archers not even in range. Look at the number of skeletons here for Moon. I mean, if you look at those skeleton stats, the damage is pretty nice. It's like 1.3 times a footman, and they do bonus damage to archers while not taking a lot of damage by archers. So they are really helping big time. And 405 HP mean that one Wisp Detonate is gonna take them down to slightly under 50% of their hit points. And Mamoru, it looks like, even though he lost a lot, he's slightly behind supply wise. He's gonna want to keep the pressure up because he still has 2 heroes against only 1. Nice silence coming in again on both of the heroes, of course. That also means no skeletons for Mamoru for now, because of course the Dark Arrow isn't going to be available to him. A couple of archers going down on both sides. Again, Moon's going to have to pull back. Another archer dying from Mamoru, and it's already level 6 for the Dark Ranger of Moon. So that happened very quickly. He's going to have to pull back for now. Also doesn't have any mana. Let's see, is Mamoru going to get another kill here? He is not for now, and no counter expansion by him. Second Ancient 4 for Mamoru already. No Hunter's Hall still for him. Wisp now moving out. Moon already having a Wisp in place though at the natural of Mamoru. And Moon's expansion has started running in the meantime. Both of the players with 2 Ancient of War and 1 Ancient of Wind producing units. Moon, by the way, kept the Lineheart of Stormwind. 1 Staff of Preservation now for him. Let's just see, Mamoru doesn't have any items. No Town Portal, no Staff, no Heal Scrolls at the moment. Only some damage items and the Period of Vitality. Let's see, Naga almost back. Took Moon quite a while. Priest of the Moon is going to reach level 5 right now, which of course is also going to be quite a big deal with a level 3 aura. Let's just see. Skillet now, he's got plus 5 damage on every one of his archers. So Moon, what's he getting here? Maybe waiting for 250 gold in order to get a heal scroll. And there is the counter expansion by Mamoru. Yeah, he got the heal scroll. 1 archer being staffed here in time. And well, just looking at the army sizes, Moon is up by a lot. He's up by more than 10 supply at the moment, so it doesn't look like Mamoru is gonna be able to put a lot of pressure on Moon, and I'm assuming he's just gonna want to fall back and wait for his expansion to kick in to catch up, to maybe get a staff as well, to maybe get another protection scroll or heal scroll. Archer barely survives. Actually decides to sacrifice the archer here in order to wake up the creeps. He's got his army nearby, and he is gonna come in from the left hand side right now. Moon is gonna get the kill on the main creep though, and he's getting another greater mana potion. Also invo potion, boots. Charming the turtle here. Interesting choice. Sadly didn't get it out of that fight anymore. I mean, I mentioned it earlier. Like, charm is a great skill, of course, but in this case, charming one archer isn't gonna turn a fight around. So yeah, you know, getting the one turtle, I guess, a nice idea, but didn't get too far after being charmed. Yeah, what I was saying, Moon really benefiting from this expansion right now. He's got 2 staffs, he's got the boots on a Naga, he's got 2 heal scrolls, heal potion, an invo potion, protection scroll. He's got everything he wants basically, and Mamoru barely has any units. Nice silence here hitting both of the heroes and some talents. The position for Moon is quite horrible actually, losing 2 of his talents here. He's gotta pull back. Of course, you ideally always want to fight if your opponent is kind of clumped up here in between the tavern and the forest. Another archer is going down of Moon, and those are the small victories Mamoru needs in order to get back into this game. Another talent's going down, another archer is not gonna fall for now. Protection scroll used by Moon, and now he decides to go into this fight positioning his archers, and now it's looking way better for Moon position wise than it did before. Archer is being charmed here. But Mamoru immediately decides to focus her, but just for a second. Now he's pulling back, realizing that Moon's army is too big to really you know, struggle against what Mamoru has on the field right now. And he's just pulling back. His expansion in the meantime starts running as well. Of course, thanks to the supply difference, which is still at about 20, he's mining a lot more gold right now. Silence going on both of the red heroes. Mamoru's gonna pull back. Another Talon is in a bit of trouble. Moon's archers are blocking each other though, so he's not exactly getting out his maximum damage output at the moment. Another fog lightning kills another one of these archers. And Moon for now pulling back. I mean, of course, with all those weak low HP units, he does not want to walk in between the Ancients of War. Staff of Preservation used twice here to staff back 2 of the units. Fog Lightning killing another archer. Dark Ranger has to pay attention now. He's got the town portal on her. Naga is being surrounded here as it seems. Another archer going down. Invo potion used. The Dark Ranger needs to be careful using the town portal right now. Is he gonna get in range with the Dark Ranger? Mamoru's trying to block. He's barely in range with the Naga, of course. In range of the Dark Ranger with her town portal. And gets out of there alive. At the same time, another expansion coming by Moon. And Mamoru, yeah, trying to get another pick off, and actually he successfully does so. Maybe this talent can be staffed here if the staff isn't on cooldown. Apparently it still was on cooldown. So another 2 kills, and level 5 for Mamoru's Dark Ranger now as well. Priest of the Moon already halfway to level 6 as well. Of course, the Starfall can be huge if the Dark Ranger isn't able to cast Silence. So either she needs to be out of mana or silenced, or if Mamoru can force Moon to use his staff on the Dark Ranger and take her out of the fight, he can use Starfall very efficiently.
I stand ready.
So nice of Moon. Continuously using this silence against Mamoru's wisps, which of course are being brought in to lower the mana of Moon's heroes and talents, as well as to potentially dispel skeletons as the fight goes on. So now Mamoru finally able to get some items as well. Oh, sorry. Actually, supply-wise, he's almost caught up. He's getting some items as well. Still doesn't have staffs. And Moon is getting a second Ancient of Wind here. And another expansion, so Moon... Okay, now cancelling that one. Apparently he's satisfied with only having one. Guessing makes sense since the Talons are not really the damage dealers here. They're just a great support with the Fairy Fire to, you know, increase the damage the archers can deal with their focus. So I really like Moon's positioning here. If Mamoru walks in here and positions himself, Moon's gonna have a huge concave from this side and from this side. But I'm assuming Mamoru's not gonna do that. 2 heal scrolls for him right now. Okay, and Moon now is investing into Ancients of War, which of course he's gonna wanna use as blocking units to hide behind with his archers. And Mamoru is gonna put some pressure on Moon's expansion. Did he not? Wow, did he actually miss it with his army? That is bizarre. Alright, then apparently he's just gonna move in from the top against this army of Moon. He's now pulling all his archers from the right hand side towards this choke. Protection scroll used. Moon's trying to reposition. He wants Mamoru to clump up all his archers. Let's see, 1 kill against one of the archers. Ancient of War is being cancelled as well. Or killed, not even cancelled by Moon. And more of Moon's units are going down. Fog Lightning hitting very nicely. The Naga still not level 5. 2 Ancients of War alive now for Moon. And the Skeletons being charmed here, so he's either giving, he's even giving the Skeletons greater value than the Archers here. Another one of the Archers going down, another Skeleton being spawned, therefore. Another silence goes on the Wisps. Actually, both of the players silencing each other's Wisps. Staff is available for the Dark Ranger, and he's using it right now, staffing the Naga home. Another Archer's going down. First of the 2 Ancients of War has fallen already as well, and Moon's having to reposition again. Naga is now back. Fog Lightning coming in. Another Archer's falling. He's core used by Mamoru, and he's about to reach level 6 on his Priestess of the Moon. Moon's Dark Ranger also reaching level 7, level 5 on the Naga. Moon does have the mana for silence though, so silence now goes on Moon's Dark Ranger. He's trying to position the Priest of the Moon. Now is the perfect time. Moon is splitting off his army. The Priest is trying to get into the perfect position, but now maybe he waited too long. Silence wears off on the Dark Ranger, and Moon handling that situation very well here with the split. Another Fog Lightning going into Mamoru's Archer. Moon once again not cancelling the Ancient of War here. Of course, very tense situation. A lot to micro for both of the players. The Archers here on the right hand side just hiding for now, and Mamoru is actually able to put up a lot of pressure against the expansion of Moon right now. He is coming in from both sides again, trying to get some pickups here with the heroes from the left hand side. The Archers here on the top have to be very careful, but the expansion is still at over 500 HP, so it's not like he's gonna lose that anytime soon. And Moon, yeah, now is able to get a couple of kills. Mana potion used on the Naga, so there's gonna be another Fog Lightning soon doing tons of damage to 2 Archers and 1 Talon. All of those units are about to fall. The Priest of the Moon's gotta take care, level 6.5 using the Invo Potion, but Moon has repelled this attack as it seems. Once again, tons of Skeletons available for him, and Mamoru's gotta pull back. And that of course puts Moon in a great position. Another quick snipe on one of the Talons here. Nice overview by Mamoru, being aware that there still is 1 low HP Talon which he can quickly pick off with the Dark Ranger. But Moon held this expansion. He got this second one running. He's even got this third one running. So now his army size is gonna skyrocket in the next couple of seconds. And Mamoru still doesn't have a Staff of Preservation. He was able to make do without having one so far, keeping his heroes in the back very nicely. But then again, to be fair, in this particular situation, hero focus is not really the first choice. And Moon again trying to build a couple of Ancients of War. 2 of them are being in protection. I mean, if he gets up like 5 or so, he's gonna have a great blocking line, which is going to make it so difficult for Mamoru to snipe down units once Moon pulls them back, because he's gonna have to walk in between the Ancients of War, which is gonna be horrible. Once again, silence goes on Moon's Dark Ranger. Mamoru marching forward, killing one of the archers here. Moon again splitting his army. He's making very good use of the architecture of the map so far. Skeleton gets picked off immediately, another one being spawned immediately though. Archer after Archer falling for Mamoru, and he's gotta pull back here. He just doesn't have the numbers to deal with Moon's army at the moment. And Moon, is he going to go for the counter push here immediately? One of the talents should be picked off. I think might have been a misclick here by Mamoru to go for the wrong talent. 3FH is joining the fight now as well. Nice stab on one of the talents. Another one's going down, level 6 for the Naga now as well. So all of the heroes are level 6. Even the Dark Ranger of Mamoru, which I didn't even notice that far.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
And one more talent's gonna get picked off, of course. The Priestess of the Moon has crazy damage output at this point, plus 43 with the level 2 Searing Arrow. And yeah, both of the players have their 3FHs in the middle of the map right now. And Mamoru once again gotta pull back. I guess the 3FHs of Mamoru is gonna uproot at the right natural expansion. And another Starforce silence has gone on the Dark Ranger, but again wears off pretty quickly. And to counter that, another ultimate used, this time by Moon, which is the Tornado, and he's cycloning the Priestess of the Moon with that, as well as 2 archers. So Mamoru kinda has to stay around unless he wants to lose all of those units, which is gonna be horrible news for him. Losing one of the archers, the Priestess gets out, the next archer is gonna fall as well. So great use of the Tornado here, securing I think 3 unit kills for Moon. Level 8 on his Dark Ranger right now. And Mamoru is falling behind further and further in this game. And it's looking more and more grim for him. Archers are going to target the Tree of Ages right now. Another bunch of range units going to target the Tree of Life of Mamoru. But maybe, yeah, Moon getting a little bit ahead of himself. Dark Ranger is going to take care. But she does not, and therefore Mamoru losing his second hero here. Priestess of the Moon also has to fall back. I was about to say maybe Moon is going a bit overboard here, splitting his army to pressure both of the running mines at the same time, but he still made it work, pulling his army back together. Dark Ranger isn't getting surrounded. One of the archers going down, even Life Drain used right now by Moon, and Mamoru's gotta pull back. Tree of Ages is about to fall, which is going to be horrible news for Mamoru, and it's looking harder and harder for him to get back into this game. Charm used on, I think, an archer. Yeah, an archer. And staffed immediately. It's almost 90 supply for Moon. And the last source of golden income for Mamoru is about to be taken down. And yeah, Mamoru reproducing his Dark Ranger right now, level 7 on his Priestess of the Moon. I mean, even though he's got plus 53 damage right now on that one, the lone Priestess of the Moon, together with a 32 supply army, isn't gonna hold a 90 supply push of Moon against this Tree of Life anymore. Moon even uprooting his Tree of Ages here. Maybe he's gonna walk over here eventually, but that shouldn't be game deciding anymore. Ironically enough, even though Moon has 3 expansions, he still didn't get a Hunter's Hall to get attack upgrades, for example, on his archers, which would definitely suit him nicely. But now he's going for the final blow, as it seems. Fairy Fire casted on one of the archers. Both of his heroes coming in. Dark Ranger of Mamoru is still not back, and he's just positioning himself in front of his Tree of Life, and is probably gonna A-click it down. Dark Ranger once again moving in front. Maybe another charm here. No, it's actually silence on the Priestess of the Moon, just making sure there's no Starfall coming in. One of the archers has been taken out already. First Talon gets killed as well though. And Tornado used by Moon. Apparently just securing this position here, forcing Mamoru to stay away, just to make sure the archers and the Talons are able to take down this Tree of Life, which is going to be the case in a couple of seconds. And Starfall now used the Dark Ranger is a little bit mispositioned. He's actually pulling those archers out of range of the Starfall. A couple of them are going down, but still 75 supply for Moon. So he lost about 15, 16 supply, but that shouldn't turn the game around. Charm used on another archer, and Mamoru is losing unit after unit here, down to 30 supply. And level 7 even for Moon's Naga Sea Witch, and there's the GG by Mamoru. Moon winning the game here. The Observer, okay, now left the game, and Moon, I guess, deservedly winning here in this 30-minute game. I think right from the mid game, basically, when he got that greedy quick tier 2 expansion through, and when he held off Mamoru's pressure for the first time, he was in a good spot. He was always ahead supply wise, slightly, except for one particular moment, but that was right before his second and third expansion started to kick in, and then like 2 minutes later he had the upper hand again. Mamoru, I think, did a very good job given the position he was in, basically for the entire game. But in the end, Moon, let's see, they are mining about 5,000 more gold than his opponent. Yeah, just had their numbers on his side. You can see the unit kills actually, yeah, also in favor of Moon, but the units produced is what's the huge difference here in this game. So Mamoru losing here in the end. Foth won this tournament, by the way, if anyone cares. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you did, give a thumbs up, give a comment, and I'll see you. Bye.